Welcome to Puerto Rico, one of the closest things you can get to traveling internationally without leaving the country. A Caribbean paradise where the water runs warm, clear, and deep. Far from the billion-dollar resorts of Rincon, parts of this place can feel like a world frozen in time. Jungles teeming with life, fields of tall grass, islands with no inhabitants. Beneath its crystal clear waters lies the ancient game of survival of the fittest. Deep drop-offs, big sharks, strong currents, and bad weather stand between us and the fish we traveled so far to find. But this is spearfishing. One shot, one breath. It's about immersing yourself in the ocean, letting it take you in, but not letting it tap you out.
Welcome back to another episode of Crystal Fishing. The bag we brought to pack the guns is way too small, so we're gonna cocoon them in bubble wrap. Evan, we're cooked. Let's go. Our flight leaves in 40 minutes, and we're in the parking lot. We're jerry-rigging this stuff. All right, I'll see you guys on the plane. There it goes. We got the spear guns. There's the other bag. Oh my God, our flight started boarding like 20 minutes ago. We gotta get this woody up. Evan? Oh, we on the plane, Evan. We made it. Oh my God. Update. It's 3 a.m. We're in Aguadilla, and the spear guns didn't make it. So, I don't understand how, because that bag is there. We submitted that bag after the spear guns, and yet the spear guns didn't make it. We don't get them until 5 p.m. tomorrow, so we can't dive day one. Because we don't have guns. Yeah, it's really frustrating. But we'll see you on Saturday, I guess. What are we thinking? How the pinchos?
Buenos. No. What kind of?
Delicious. We have arrived at our final lodgings. Look at that view. That's our balcony. Evan, that's pretty cool. We got the fillet station right here and the grill and we hopefully get on some wahoo tomorrow. Let's go.
Go get him! Those marks again. No, he ran.
Welcome back underwater, everybody. If you don't know anything about me, it's that I've been trying to get a wahoo for the past 3 or 4 years, and every season I seem to fail. So this is hopefully the trip that we get one. First time we get in a plane for one at least. Crystal clear water, big guns. First time I've gone with a guide for wahoo too. Getting in, he's handing me the gun. All sorts of stuff going on. We set up these drifts in front of this island and let it carry us out from the shallower towards the deeper water. Got a flasher that looks like a wahoo. You can see these blackjacks swimming around in the chum, which is kind of cool. There were blackjacks and triggerfish, but we were trying not to shoot those because we were really blue water hunting. It took all that I had to not go down to the reef and hunt the reef because of how good it looked. We were in about, at times, from 60 to 120 feet.
So sweet. The bottom looks so good.
And yeah, I was telling Evan, the bottom looks so good. I mean, if you can see the bottom here, this was in about 120, so I didn't go all the way down to bottom, but I was just kind of hovering above it to get a look, and I'm on my way up, and it's just, there's blackjacks, there's triggerfish and stuff in the column, and on the bottom there's snapper, and God, it would have been nice to get one of the cubera off the reef, but we were trying to focus in on blue water hunting, so we were. But Cliff, who was with us, I'll leave his Instagram in the bottom, Cliff Gry's big hunting guy who lives on Puerto Rico, he shot a triggerfish for his dinner, and this is the first wahoo sighting. Drifting along, and I see it, and I'm trying to dive and not look at it, which is why you can't really see it on the GoPro. Just give it a glance, look away, just to make sure it's still there. But if you look or swim directly at them, they're going to spook. So get down. I just kind of hover, see if he won't come into me. At one point, he's above the GoPro here, and I think maybe I have a shot, but I kind of just let him pass, stay calm and chill, and hope he comes back. Head back up to the surface so that I can take another dive if he comes back in towards the flasher or the chum. But unfortunately, this fish stayed well away from us pretty much the entirety of the rest of the drift.
The triple mercs.
Thank you.
So we went out to the fads, and as soon as we did, I saw this. There was this big bull mahi and a little cow that swam in between all of us, and as soon as it was clear of one of us, I was able to take this shot. My shot was really low though, unfortunately, because of the angle that I was looking at it in the water. My aim was pretty off, so I had to play it really carefully, try not to pull it out, fighting it super light, almost as if I was fishing, and it just tore out right there, which was devastating because Evan had wanted a big bull, but he ended up getting the cow. Wasn't wearing his GoPro though. And Cliff got a nice rainbow runner for dinner.
Oh, there goes the carcass. Drop it now. Oh, they're in a frenzy. Yeah, there you go. That's hooked. He's gonna jump. Bow. You gotta bow, Evan. Yes, sir. In his ass, Evan. Watch out for the jump. Oh, you got him hooked good. Don't reel it all the way up to the tip. That one, perfect. Quick release. I got that mahi. Look at that. Evan's mahi right there. Delicious. Ooh-wee. Getting everything ready. A little shore dive with guns and the fins and everything in the car. We're gonna try to get on some fish. So the hurricane absolutely wrecked this house.
We were supposed to shore dive twice, but we only got to shore dive once because of the unfortunate mishap with the guns. So this day was our shore dive day. Got a little kayak from our rental, and we just basically grabbed a brick from one of the houses that the hurricane had messed up, tied it off to the kayak, had some water, spare GoPro batteries, and swam straight off. The drop off was very close to shore, probably within 150, 200 yards, and we just started diving along this reef that was here. The viz was a lot worse inshore, but it was still really diveable and good. You can tell that there's some particulate on the way down, but still, look at how much it opens up. Here went about 75 feet. Getting down, you can see the reef kind of slopes gradually. Once it gets to about 85, it just immediately drops. And that's kind of cool. Like, drops out into hundreds and hundreds of feet. A nice wall. But here we're just hunting the shallower side of this for mostly snapper species. Because the only grouper that we had seen were Nassau, which are protected. Here I see a mutton snapper kind of hide behind a rock. I didn't want to commit to it super early because it wasn't like the biggest mutton, and you can see kind of the drop off behind me. But eventually I take the shot because we need lunch, and we had spent the whole day before getting skunked. So got that guy in the boat, and we were down to shoot some more fish the next time. Got to give it the brain, bleed, and gut. Throw it in the kayak. So here I'm taking another drop in about the same area, and I see this nice, again, a Nassau, so just letting him swim. But over to my right, I see a nice mutton kind of move off to the side. I see Evans dropping closer to it. So I grunt hard, point him over to where it is, and he's able to come in close and line up a shot. He's got an Alamani, which is a nice inverted demultiplied roller, but he's ended up missing. But he had the range to be able to pull off that shot where I didn't. I just had a 100 centimeter reef gun. I looked around to see if maybe he spooked back in my direction, but wasn't really able to find that fish. You can see here again how it kind of slopes off, which is really cool. It's not like a shear wall, but it's pretty close, which is cool.
Little tactical battery change for you. Put that guy back in there.
Had to get on the boat to change the batteries. This is Evan's perspective now. You can see that demultiplied roller that he's got. It's super nice, made by Alamani in Italy. And it slings a spear so far. There's me down to the right. And as he moves off in this different direction, there is a big dog snapper that comes into view. It's very hard to see, so I'm going to slow it down and change the contrast so you can see it right there. He starts grunting at it. It sounds kind of funny in slow-mo. And it moves behind this rock. He tracks it behind the rock and is able to take the shot just as it peeks out from the other side. And you'll be able to see how big it is once he hits it here. Boom. It's struggling. It's thumping on the reef. Big cloud of dust. And then all of a sudden, as he's heading up, just tears out, which is really unfortunate. We had been trying to dial in the bands on that Alamani because of how complicated it was, and we didn't have enough power on it. That lack of power has resulted in a lot of frustration. It's also probably why we lost the other fish as well, and you can see there's rain clouds starting to gather. So we head in, and the rain started to hit just as we got in.
Well, the rain started to move in. We got our catch here. Boom. We got our mutton. Evan, what do you think?
I'm really sad right now.
Yeah, the dog snapper haunting you?